All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for another round of Fire Force. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Yo, peoples! Wait a minute. I did set my audio back. I just had to make sure. Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to yet another round of me reading Fire Force for all of you. Today, we're going to be reading through Volume 6 of the series, titled The Flowers of Edo. Let us begin! Here I am moving stuff that I shouldn't be moving because I got distracted by other things outside of this platform. It always seems to happen for me. The summary! Company 8 has decided to trust Joker's information for now, and to search for the evangelist under the assumption that Shinra's brother is still alive. They follow the clues to Asakusa, Company 7's jurisdiction. In my head, I mentally was trying to piece together the correct way to enunciate that, but, you know. They follow the clues to Asakusa, Company 7's jurisdiction, but while there, they run into another infernal outbreak. Benimaru suspects Obi and Hinawa of causing the combustion. And they have no choice but to fight a duel with the most powerful soldier on the force. What will be the outcome of this epic captain-to-captain battle? So, we got chapters 43 all the way down to 51. Yeah. And we start with chapter 43. And we have Kanro in front of behind Benimaru, because Benimaru is preparing to seriously fight Captain Obi. With Chapter 42, The Reason We Fight. And then we get Kanro. Waka, that's enough. Don't try to stop me, Kanro. Did you know they turned Kantaro into an infernal? That's stupid. Why would you even think that? Ei Chop, Form 7, Nichirin, Sunwheel. How many times do I have to tell you, guy? How many times do I have to tell you you got the wrong guys? Take this! As Benimaru tries to launch the chop at Captain Obi, but Kanro stops him. Kanro, let go of me. Cool it, Waka. Idiot, why are you using your powers? As Kanro is using his abilities to cool off to just negate the fires of Benimaru. But given the fact that we recently learned that Kanro started to carbonize because he overused his powers, I guess it's too much for his body to handle even now. And as the fire subside, Kanro pretty much falls to his slumps a little bit, because this is taking a lot out of him. Lieutenant! Hurry, get him a cooling blanket! Because his whole body is heating up from the inside, and it's showing on his skin. Tefrosis. Are you alright? Stay the heck away from him! Waka, why don't you give Company 8 a chance to explain themselves? Here's a cooling blanket, Lieutenant. Thanks. Company 8, if Waka really saw somebody else, then where were you at the time? And then we have Hinawa. Captain Obi and I were at the town general store, stocking up on building supplies. We said as much to Fire Maki over there.
Yes, I remember.
What? Goes Shinra. But, huh? What's wrong, Shinra? Oh, it's just, you told me you'd be waiting for Captain Shinmon in the alley, and you wanted me to go get him. And he did. That's why I went over there to find you. And then both Hinawa and Obi look confused, because remember, we have two individuals who made themselves look like Captain Obi and Lieutenant Hinawa, members of the White Hoods. I don't remember ever saying that. You trying to trick your own men? Benny-chan, they're telling the truth. Those two men left my shop just a few minutes ago. That's when you jumped them. Are you sure it wasn't someone else you saw? And then Benimaru's looking at the both of them. That's ridiculous. I wouldn't know this scary-eyed freak in this gorilla anywhere. What's going on? Someone's blowing smoke here. And coughs, and that is Kanro coughing. It's not me, it's Kanro. Kanro! And Kanro is laying in bed, with Benimaru going, For Kanro's sake, I'll call a truce for now. And then Hinawa goes, I'll go ask around. Don't leave town. Oh wait, this is Benimaru going, I'm gonna go ask around. Don't leave town until I get this cleared up. And then someone kneels right beside Kanro, and it's Shinra.
Are you alright, sir?
Yeah, this is nothing. I just need to cool down and get some rest, and I'll be fine. Darn, that Waka is such a pig-headed brat. Why won't he ever grow up?
So, your condition, Lieutenant Conroe. Did something happen?
This is what happens when you keep using your powers after you've overheated your body. After you've overheated, your body turns to ash. It's my own fault. I wasn't strong enough. And then Shinra's thinking back to when Benimaru was speaking to him.
It seemed like Captain Shinmon was blaming himself for something.
He didn't do anything wrong.
Hey, lay down!
Waka didn't do anything wrong. Mind if I tell you? It was 2 years ago. And we have another flashback. Before we were recognized as an official Fire Force company. And people are screaming as the section of Asakusa is in flames.
Ah!
Sorry, that was not right.
Ah! Run! Get to the river!
And it shows Kanro and Benimaru fighting infernals. And, barehanded, and they're just completely beating them down. And then we have a young slightly younger Benimaru. 2 years younger Benimaru. What the heck is happening? How can so many people go infernal in just one night? It doesn't matter. We have to get the citizens to safety. Kon-san! There's another infernal coming from outside the city! It's headed this way! This has never happened before! Where the heck is the Special Fire Force? When are they gonna get here? We can't count on them. We take care of this ourselves. Kon-chan! You have to put out the fire! If you don't hurry, the whole town will go up in smoke!
Be reasonable, we have lives to save and infernals to extinguish, and Kon-san and Benny are doing all of it by themselves.
Darn, just one thing after another. I'm on my way.
Benny!
And then someone starts to stagger, and it's Benimaru because apparently he's been fighting without any rest as he slumps over to a trash can. Darn it, I can't breathe. I inhale, but it's like I'm not getting any oxygen. You're overheating? You stay here, Benny. Don't be stupid. You're in just as bad shape as I am. It almost felt like I read that completely wrong. Don't be stupid. You're in just as bad shape as I am. Kon-chan, over here! And as one citizen is pointing, a giant column of flame just completely engulfs him. And this surprises both Benimaru and Kanro. What? And as that happens, they see something start to slowly peek around the corner. What is that? A demon? As we have an infernal that has like swirls on its shoulders. It's smiling incredibly large. Its smile is incredibly big, and it also has like horn-like points coming out of its head as well. And then as Conroe is looking, we get like this swirl of smoke that is around Conroe. And he's thinking, that infernal, he's gonna be trouble. As Conroe forcibly shoves Benimaru straight into a building. Yeah, wow, okay. Conroe has some strength on him. He just shoves Benimaru straight into a building. Why did you? Conroe! As after Benimaru flies through the building, he just, Conroe stands there in front of this infernal. It was the only way to get you to hold still, you rambunctious little brat. It's too soon, Benny. I can't let your fire go out yet. I'll handle him. As Conroe starts using his powers in order to fight this one infernal. Then, some time passes, and Benimaru bursts out the top of the building he's been knocked into. Darn it! Wait, it's morning. How long was I out? Conroe! as we see Conro laying there with battle wounds all over his body.
Conro, you okay? Did you get the infernal?
No. Benny. Yeah, barely.
Look at you! You're turning to charcoal!
As the shoulders of of Conro are sizzling, and they're showing black patches.
Conro, why? If I had fought with you, you wouldn't have been beat up this bad. Why wouldn't you let me help?
Because, Benny, we can't afford to lose you.
That's stupid! That would have been enough to take me that wouldn't have been enough to take me down. So what good does it do for you to take a fall? They only follow me because of you. And look at you! Who's gonna lead Asakusa now?
As Conro grabs Benimaru by the shirt and then headbutts him.
You are Benimaru.
And that is the end of chapter 43. That's the end of chapter 43. Onwards to chapter 44. Company 7 is born. And mind you, we're still here in this flashback. And we have members of Company 4 coming in. Look around. Make sure there are no civilians trapped in the rubble. There might still be some infernals wandering around.
A special fire force.
Nice of them to show up now that it's all over. And then someone walks up towards Conro and Benimaru, and it's the captain of Company 4. I'm Shoichiro Hague, captain of Special Fire Force Company 4. You must be Conro-kun. Do you speak for the Vigilante Corps? And then we have Benimaru's looking at him kind of perplexed. And then Soichiro continues. By order of His Imperial Majesty, we officially welcome the Asakusa Fire Brigade into the Special Fire Force as Company 7.
What? You gotta be kidding me!
Benny. Now, wait a minute. And this is Conro speaking to Soichiro. Captain Soichiro. Captain Hagaway. Yeah, Captain Hagaway. You want to make us your Company 7? What's in it for us? Once you're fully officially organized under the Imperial banner, we will supply you with funds, of course, as well as materials, equipment, and skilled soldiers. I don't think you'll find any reason to refuse. I can't give you an answer now. Let me think about it. And it would be very reassuring for us to have brave soldiers like you on our force. I await your favorable response. As Captain Hagaway walks away.
You want to be the Empire's little lapdog?
If we could have operated as an official company, we might have avoided some of the damage we took tonight. If they want to take advantage of us, then we'll just take advantage of them too. And then we have members of Company 4 speaking. Company 5 is Ibana's crew. Company 4 speaking, going, those guys are gonna be the new Company 7? Everyone knows they're a bunch of ruffians, and now they want to lump us in with them? How will that help anything?
Don't be an idiot. Look at the ground over there. According to the reports, that guy leaning on the rubble there, he did that. All by himself.
And that's when one smart member of Company 4 is all like, yeah, don't talk bad about the dudes that potentially did all of this. And we get a full view of the city as we see that Conro is not just sitting in front of like the remains of the battle between him and that horned infernal. No, he's sitting in front of a gigantic crater that he potentially caused.
And I hear that little guy next to him could do even worse. You're kidding! They're monsters. We definitely want them on our side.
Uh-huh. You changed the tune when you found out that they're far more powerful than you. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And then it just shows the smoke rising as we come out of this flashback with Conro still speaking to Shinra. It's my own fault I ended up like this. There's no need for Waka to beat himself up about it.
You did all that? For Captain Shinmon?
Waka has a natural ability to attract people to him. It's only right that he should lead. I don't regret risking my health to stop your fight, either. You're men, you understand. My life isn't worth much. If it will build Waka up, I'll lay it down as many times as I have to. And both Hinawa and Obi are listening in on this conversation.
That's no reason to. You can't think like that, sir.
You just don't understand yet.
Since almost before I can remember, my family, everyone who meant anything to me, was gone. So if you ask me, there's no such thing as a life that isn't worth much, or a life that is. They all mean, or a life that is. They all mean something to somebody. So I want to be a hero so I can save everyone. Lieutenant Conroe, use me before you put your life on the line again. I want to help.
And then Conroe's taken aback by this response, of which both Hinawa and Obi approve of. And then Conroe just gives him like an acknowledgement fist bump, if you will. Thanks. I appreciate that you feel that way. I'll take you up on that until you find what really means the world to you.
What means the world to me?
Thanks for listening to me talk. I feel better now, and I can't lie around here forever. Then we have Captain Obi. Captain Shinmon left a little while ago. Said he was asking around town. I don't suppose you'd let us help with the investigation. I don't mind. It should be fine as long as I keep an eye on you.
You yourself told me to do it just a minute ago! What in the... Why would I tell you to throw out my shoes?
I found you, you little punk. You got some nerve skipping the bill on me. I know street fights are kind of our thing, but what's going on here? Yo, cut it out, all of you.
And then it shows other people just beating each other up in the streets. And one lands directly where Benimaru is, but he kind of just, dodges away. Oops.
How many times I gotta tell you I didn't? How many times do I gotta tell you? I didn't do it.
It's a load of crap. I saw you filch it with my own eyes. And then Benimaru looks at him and then grabs him by the throat.
Waka, what are you doing? Are you sure it was him? Yeah, I'm positive.
I saw you walking around with another woman.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me. What the heck is going on? How could there be so many cases of mistaken identity in one night?
And as this is going on, Conroe is walking with Company 8. And there's then there's some commotion, and Conroe hears it. Darn, there's a lot of noise tonight. Is there some kind of riot going on?
You little punk! What are you doing with that face? What are you doing with that face?
And it's Hika and Hina arguing with each other.
You piece of trash! Hey, cut it out. You're fighting?
Hika and Hina? Fighting? That's unusual.
That's not Hika. It's someone who's not Hika. That's not Hina. It's somebody who's not Hina. Wait, what?
And Arthur can't piece it all together.
How can you even think that looks like Hikage? Are you stupid, you little punk? And who the heck are you, huh?
And yo, Ravi, good to see you, man. We are on chapter 44. Yeah, we're on chapter 44. And there's a lot of mistaken identity going around Asakusa. And Benimaru's trying to figure out what's going on.
What did you do with Hika? Give her back! I'll tear you limb from limb, loser! What did you do with Hina? Give her back, dweeb! Hika, Hina, stop it!
Come on, you two.
We can play tag, nice and friendly, okay?
And then Arthur's looking confused. And then Arthur proceeds to knee one of the twins in the face. Instantly.
Yay!
And Hina goes,
Yay!
Hold on. Yeah, Hina, wow, I actually got it right. Hina goes,
Yay!
As Hika gets launched into a nearby building.
You're creeping me out.
Hey, what are you? She's just a little girl.
I thought you were a good idiot.
He was a bad idiot all along.
Look closer. Hinata's right. She looks nothing like Hikage. It's clearly some little old dude in drag.
And then we see Hika, who's laying Hika's laying over there with her eyes rolled up in her head. And then Arthur is getting chastised by all of Company 8 right now.
How is that not Hinata or Hikage?
You're not just stupid, you finally lost your mind.
Is this the behavior of a true knight?
Wait a minute, Company 8. And then we see Hika laughing as she's standing over Hinata. And then Hinata's face starts bubbling and twitching. Her face. As it turns into the face of another individual. Who isn't Hinata.
What? Hinata or Hikage turn into an old man? That's not Hika!
Like I said. What the? Her face changed shape. And then we get Hinawa. Do you think Captain Shinmon saw someone else using the same ability? Who could do this? A third gen? Does he have the power to change his own face? Or is there someone else out there who can change people's faces? Then we cut to an abandoned building someplace else, as a person goes, "Your face is my canvas. Now you are merely human, but you will be a work of art. Plaster, then you can say art. You will be art." As this person is just messing with this person's face, and while they're you see like a burbling sound coming from the place where they touch, and this person's eyes that are like designed one way change completely into separate, different types of eyes. Yes, you're shaping up nicely. Don't worry. Nicely. I use heat to control your circulation and expand your capillaries and lymph. Then I take advantage of the localized swelling to change the shape of your face. Good. Just relax. You are about to be a work of art. And it's this dude who's just manipulating this person's face. And while this person's face looks nice, he's smiling. The person whose face is getting edited is smiling. The guy in the white robes goes, "I don't like it. You're a dud! Foul traitor! Did you think a face like that could even bathe in the light of the great sun god? What are you? Fervor! Yes, your blood is boiling!" And as he has his hands on this man's face implodes from the inside. Art is a big bang! I think I've heard this kind of saying before. Can't remember where. But this man's face explodes right onto this other guy's face. And he goes, "Hot! That's hot! Art would never betray me. If he bared his fangs at me, then he was not Art, which is exactly what I suspected." Yona, we don't have an infinite supply of believers. Do not waste them. The bugs are all ready. Our plan is complete. Let's go. We will turn Asakusa into a sea of flame once more. And that's apparently the plan of the White Hoods and Evangelists. But that's the end of chapter 44. Onwards to chapter 45. The trap is set. And we are back in Asakusa.
Hey, you still playing dumb?
I told you, I don't remember doing it.
Excuse me, that was not me!
Why can't anyone agree on anything?
And this is Benimaru.
Is there a fox going around causing trouble? Cut it out, something's not right here.
What do you want, Benny? You know I respect you, but this is our problem, so butt out. I already ate somewhere else. Why would I even go to your place? How should I know where you've eaten?
Yeah, this is just like what happened to me.
And then fires start to erupt all over the city.
Infernal! Infernal on the loose! There's an infernal over here too!
Hurry, call the fire force!
Why now?
And then we have the Evangelists, watching as all these explosions happen all over Asakusa. And then we have an individual standing there going,
"We've released bugs into the town. In the ensuing chaos, I will shoot down Company 8. Let's go."
As we see underneath one of the hoods of one of these people, one of these White Hood members, she has like hair trappings on her hair, like attachments to her hair, but her pupils are, instead of it being like normal eyes, she has like an eye, but you have the iris, and then the pupil is literally a downward-facing arrow. So there's a lot of special-looking eyes in this series. I will say that much.
Let's go.
And then we have Yona, the artist dude. He goes, "The confusion will destroy their trust in others. They will learn that the great sun god is the only one they can truly believe in. Behold my cutting nose, sharp enough to cut paper." As he puts a piece of paper on his nose, and his nose is literally sharp enough to cut it. Then we have another individual who has like a heavily make-upped face, but it kind of looks something resembling like a skull or something. And he goes, "Asakusa is a power spot. The bugs may create a host or another demon." Then we cut back to Shinra as people are screaming,
"Infernal! Yo-chan the Draper has gone infernal too! Captain, let's go put some souls to rest."
Games Awards will be at 6 in the morning for you. Don't think I'll be joining you tomorrow. It's all right. It's all right, Ravi. For me, it's going to be at like 7 o'clock at night. So watch when you are able. It's perfectly understandable. Here it's going to be like a 2-hour affair as well, like a 2.5-hour affair. So it's going to be 2 hours. So that'll probably last me from 7 to roughly 9:30-ish, maybe. So yeah, it'll probably be very early for you.
Captain, let's go put some souls to rest.
No, this is Company 7's jurisdiction. We can't act without their authorization. So you want us to just sit here biting our nails? And this is Arthur saying this. We can't do an official extinguishing without Sister Iris anyway. Besides, there are people here who wouldn't want an imperial extinguishing.
Waka, where are you?
Company 8, we're going to rescue citizens and assist in the evacuation.
Sir, yes, sir!
And then a light flashes right behind Maki. And Maki manages, I guess, to either dodge it or block it in time.
A sniper? What? Kusakabe! It's just like the one that killed Rekka.
And then they see another one fly overhead.
Here comes another one! Everyone, get back! I'll handle this!
As it goes towards Maki, but then she shields it. She uses her ability to stop the arrow from moving. But it doesn't completely stop it. It still continues as it starts to slowly barrel through this little makeshift fire shield that she's created to dissipate it.
I can't deflect it. I can't redirect the force driving the flames forward.
And as it starts to break through a barrier, it starts to get closer and closer to her chest, the same spot where Rekka was killed.
Maki-san! It's going to go right through me. Transmogrify!
As she then uses her abilities to turn this arrow of flame into her own little personal flame familiar. And then it hits her. She allows it to hit her.
Maki-san!
Goes Tamaki.
I'm okay. Sputter flew into my embrace. There's a good chance they're with the evangelists. I'll lure them away before they fire a second shot.
Shinra, don't do anything crazy! As Shinra flies high into the air.
I won't, sir!
And then he's flying as he goes,
it came from somewhere over there.
And it shows another arrow flying towards Shinra, who dodges out of the way.
It changed course!
As it shows it hitting an arrow, hitting a rooftop.
The second shot did change course, but it clearly started from a different spot than the first one.
As he's thinking about where the first shot happened, where the second shot happened, and their point of origin. Just confess already!
It's an infernal!
Shut up, just be quiet!
All this madness gives them the freedom to move around. Base the first two shots.
I think it should be based off the first two shots.
Based off the first two shots, if they're going to fire again soon, the third one will come from somewhere around here. Over there!
As Shinra sees the arrow, and he kicks it away. But he attempts to kick it away, but it doesn't really work out.
Dang, I can't deflect it. Trying to reroute them won't work. Those fire arrows won't let any outside force change their trajectory.
I had such a difficult time trying to say that word just then.
Those fire arrows won't let any outside force change their trajectory.
Hey, Shinra! What was that explosion? What was that explosion?
It was mostly caused by my kick. The third shot came from farther away, so they don't want me getting closer. Or are they trying to lure me away from the rest of Company 8? But that doesn't mean I should let them get away. And I have Arthur down there. Arthur, you go after them from the ground. Whenever they fire, I'll let you know where it came from.
Make sure you point with your finger. I'm not gonna know if you just use fancy words like east or left or right.
He announces his stupidity like it makes him superior.
It's actually quite bad that Arthur needs an actual visual representation of what direction he needs to go in when he can't even think of, like,
go to the right!
His sense of direction, well, actually, his sense of comprehension is bad to a degree. Like, basic comprehension. This dude has good intuition when it comes to sensing something is off, but when it comes to anything that requires just basic common sense, this dude is kind of bad with it. Okay, let's continue. Make sure you point with your finger. I'm not gonna know if you use fancy words like east or left or right.
He announces his stupidity like it makes him superior. Let's go!
As Shinra shoots forward and Arthur follows behind. Then we get back to the old-looking dude who posed as Hika. Where's the real Hikage? And are you the one who pretended to be Company 8's captain? Humans can't be trusted. They lie, they deceive, they betray, they die all too easily. That's why we need the great sun god, goes this man before Waka proceeds to plant his foot directly in his face. I wasn't asking to hear any crap about your god. There's only one answer I'm interested in. Oh, that hurt! Where did you take Hikage?
Proto-nationalist scum! You turn your backs on the great sun god! I have nothing to tell you!
And then we see that he actually had a vial with one of the firebugs.
A vial? Like in the reports? The ones with the bugs inside? It's empty. You?
As his whole body starts to get engulfed in flames.
Praise to the sun god! Praise to the evangelists!
As this crazy dude gets engulfed in flames and turns infernal. But before that happens, Hinawa shoots him repeatedly and extinguishes his core. Return to the great flame of fire. Lato, goes Captain Obi.
Gross!
Dirtbag, what happened to him? Is this the artificial infernal ignition you told us about?
I'm sorry, we didn't do it the Asakusa way.
I don't care. I doubt he was from here anyway.
And we've been trying to evacuate the townsfolk, but they won't listen to a word we say.
Out of my way! All of you! Move it, now! Is this any time to be arguing?
Why should I have to listen to you? From the look of them, they're not gonna listen to us either.
Not a chance. All I see are more fights popping up everywhere. Are there other imposters hiding in the crowd?
They need someone to lead them.
Waka.
And that's the end of chapter 45. Onwards to chapter 46. After that sniper. Whew, I'm enjoying this. I just want y'all to know I'm enjoying this.
Children first! Out of my way! Wait! You're running away? Not this way, it's dangerous!
Then we get Benimaru.
Hey, losers! Don't go that way, it's a sea of flames over there!
Benchan, there's an infernal over that way too!
Got it.
And then we see an infernal standing there while people are, trying to hide from it.
I don't know your name, but I can at least make it quick. I'm sorry.
As Benimaru just jabs straight through the chest of this infernal.
Waka, we laid an infernal to rest back that way, but it's too much. We can't handle it all on our own. I'll see to the infernals. Can you evacuate the citizens?
I don't know. Somebody's going around stirring up trouble. I don't think we can stop it anymore.
Kanro, what would you do?
And then it shows Shinra flying overhead. No, not that way.
Can it? I tried listening to you and almost got roasted by an infernal.
What? But I didn't tell you anything.
From up here, it's easy to see. Nobody has any idea where to run.
And as he's flying, more arrows get shot his way and land right in the middle of town near some citizens.
I have to stop that.
And then Shinra is pointing in the direction of where that shot came from.
I have to stop that sniper, and fast, before more people get hit by the stray shots. I'm moving faster than they are. They have to be hiding around here somewhere. Where are you?
And as Shinra's flying, we see the person firing these arrows on the rooftop right next to him. And she fires right at Shinra, and it clips him, and he lands on the roof. And as he's looking in the direction where he got shot, another arrow overhead aims towards him, and he dodges out of the way. And then the white hooded woman, jumps behind a building as she stares at him.
You won't get away from me!
And as he flies over to the roof, we see another individual making his way up the roof to launch at Shinra as the fire arrow woman gets away. And they lock arms, and Shinra manages to keep this man from stabbing him completely in the chest. Even though it just kind of gets him just a little bit, he still manages to, push him away. And then it shows Shinra getting in an arm lock with this guy. The guy flips over him after stabbing him slightly and puts him in an arm lock, while the woman with the arrow aims at Shinra. And then there's a flash as Shinra has his nervous smile, and that shot gets blocked by Arthur!
Don't bother. Nothing stops my arrows.
And then Arthur is smiling as he completely deflects the arrow, which comes as a surprise to the fire arrow woman. And then Shinra tries to kick the guy that stabbed him with his dagger, and he flips over towards the arrow woman. And then it has both Shinra and Arthur facing off against these two members of the Evangelists.
White Hoods, you're with the Evangelists, aren't you?
Huh. And then it shows the man who tried to stab Shinra right in front of Arthur.
Arthur, an arrow behind his cape!
As Arthur deflects the arrow again.
He deflected it again. That sword, the will of his flame must be quite strong.
And as the arrow woman is saying all of this, the dude with the double-sided dagger, I forget the exact name of it, it's a double dagger. He goes up to get right behind Arthur, and Shinra goes,
No, you don't!
And then Arthur swipes in the direction of Arthur as he goes,
Whoa!
You imbecile, stay out of my way!
I was trying to help you!
As this dude with the daggers comes in and kicks both Shinra and Arthur at the same time. And as that happens, the arrow woman charges up more blasts for arrows and shoots it at Shinra and Arthur, but they avoid it. You stay out of this!
No, you stay out of this!
And then the guy with the dagger comes up on him again, and we get another arrow. Gets shot at Arthur, and Arthur, with one hand, just easily blocks it. Projectile weapons don't work on knights. But then that arrow explodes, and it hits Arthur.
If you're going to deflect them, then all I have to do is use arrows that explode.
And then it shows Shinra dodging this man trying to stab him repeatedly.
Darn, he's fast, and while he's keeping me busy...
There's another flash and another explosion as the woman with the arrows is firing on Shinra and Arthur. Shinra, stay out of this!
Don't just sit there daydreaming then!
Remove yourself immediately, you slow-witted devil!
No, you just keep lying here, good night!
And then as they're arguing with each other, they almost get hit by numerous shots of arrows. But as the dust gets kicked up, Shinra goes,
Mr. Hoodie's back!
As he rushes through the dust and he tries to hit Arthur, but Arthur deflects him. And then Shinra's on the back of Arthur and manages to kick the guy in his chest, singeing his robes.
They're really using that front-back formation to their advantage. We have to work together or we're done for.
I can figure that out. I can figure that out without you telling me.
No, even if I spelled it out, you'd.
And they literally look like they're on the brink of arguing again, but they just let out a breath and they just go like,
Bears with the unbearable man.
Yeah, Shinra just goes,
Bears with the unbearable man.
huh. And that's the end of chapter 45. Onwards to chapter 46, 2-on-2 deathmatch. And we have Shinra and Arthur facing off against these members of the Evangelists.
I know we were talking about teamwork, but I don't think I'll ever be on the same page as you. Let's find a way to split them up.
That's a better plan.
You have better reach, so you take Mr. Hoodie. I'll use my speed to get up closer to the archer. If we can manage that, we'll have the upper hand. Hoodie always moves to defend the archer, so we have to tear them apart. Let's go!
As it shows Shinra and Arthur running into each other. They're standing right next to each other, and they just casually run into each other. And they kind of stagger, and they're kind of like, you gotta be kidding me.
The only reason they're doing so well is that they don't get in each other's way. We need our own formation. Something like this!
As Shinra's floating behind Arthur, and Arthur is brandishing his sword in front of him. And then it shows Arthur going up against... both Arthur and Shinra going up against the dude in the hood. The hood guy, the hood member of the Evangelists. And Shinra manages to kick him away. Then it cuts to the archer who tries to shoot Shinra, but Arthur goes to defend him and block the arrow. Then Arthur goes for the archer, who dodges away from him.
You think you can escape?
And then it shows the archer actually getting point blank. It shows the archer dodging away from Arthur as the dude in the hoodie kicks Arthur in his arm as he tries to go and stab him. And as that happens, Shinra is there as the archer prepares to shoot Shinra point blank.
We sandwiched them in. They won't get away now!
As Shinra manages to punch away the archer in the face. And then as that happens, Shinra goes airborne towards the archer. Yo, Halster, we're on chapter 46 of volume 6. We are here with Arthur and Shinra versus the two members of the Evangelists in Asakusa. Arthur flies into the air, and as the man in the hoodie sees it, the man in the hoodie takes the blow so that Arthur can't hit the archer. And then the archer starts building up flames again. With the archer and Arthur. The archer starts trying to build up flames again, but Arthur snaps it away, going,
"This is just a free-for-all. What was our plan?"
As it shows Arthur putting his sword right near this, about to hit the shoulder of this archer, and he goes,
"Now submit. Acquit."
He was right the first time. He's trying to be fancy with it. But then the guy in the hoodie, he takes the brunt of the sword hitting him in the shoulder, and he just allows it to hit him there. And then Arthur doesn't waste any time in taking his sword and then slashing Hoodie across his side.
"Arrow, retreat!"
And then Arrow prepares to leave.
You won't get away from us!
And then it shows Hoodie smiling slightly as he holds up one of the firebugs on his fingertip.
"A bug!"
And Hoodie eats the firebug. He eats it.
Haran.
And that's the name of the hoodie guy. It's Haran. Haran eats it and he goes,
"This is Asakusa, a power spot, a place where demons may appear. So why not test the theory on my own flesh?"
As he starts to turn infernal, and his whole body just erupts with, fiery power, as both Shinra and Arthur look on. And then as he's standing there, horns start to come out of his forehead as he turns into infernal.
He turned himself into an infernal!
And then Archer goes,
"And no ordinary infernal. That is a horned infernal. A demon."
And then it cuts to another section of town as we cut to Hinawa, Kanro, and Obi in a lookout tower trying to see what else is going on. I don't see Captain Shinmon either. Where did Waka run off to?
"Kanro!"
As Benimaru is riding on top of his Matoi. Yeah, he's riding on top of it now. Yeah, okay. I was waiting for the moment where he would be riding on top of his Matoi.
Kanro!
We've been looking for you. The town is in chaos. We can't get it under control.
Yeah, neither can I. Everywhere I turn, I see a new fight or a new infernal. Nobody can agree. It's impossible to figure out what's happening.
Apparently, the enemy can change face. We suspect that's why you thought you saw these two. It was somebody in disguise.
Well, if they are changing faces, that would explain a lot. So tell the townsfolk. It's a madhouse down there. You're the only one they'll listen to.
No, I'm not the one they'll listen to.
Look at what's happened to Asakusa. It's total chaos.
They're all waiting for a hotshot to come along and get this whole mess under order, under control.
I know. That's why I came here. It's because of all this chaos that they need to hear from someone who can stay cool under pressure. Someone like you, Kanro.
Waka, you're still going on about that?
Gonchan! We need your help! It's a madhouse down here! We don't know what to do!
There. You see? They're asking for you.
What happened to Benny-chan? We need you to find Benny-chan!
And that's when Benimaru realizes they want him.
Stop trying to
hide behind me and accept reality.
Huh?
No matter what anybody says, Asakusa is your town, Waka. They won't listen to anyone else. They're waiting to hear from you, Benny. The destroyer of Asakusa is the only one who can break through this madness, goes Captain Obi. As Benimaru rubs his head.
Off the watchtower. All of you.
You got it. You hear that? Let's go.
You know me. All I can do is tear stuff down. If that's what you're looking for, then get ready. 'Cause I'm gonna bust this mess to pieces.
As Ooh, let's go, Benimaru! As Benimaru is getting ready to wreck shop. And that is the end of chapter 46? Hold on. Yeah, chapter 46. We move on to the next chapter.
Shut up! No one asked for your opinion.
Please, just follow our instructions. We're just talking in circles.
So what do you want us to do then?
Then everyone looks up, and we get Captain Obi. When a disaster strikes, about 10% of the people involved manage to do the right thing. 20% panic and do the wrong thing, and the other 70% just stand around in shock. That's why they need a leader to guide them. Chapter 47, The Pride of Asakusa. Wait, hold on. 45, 46, 47, 48. Wait, so the last chapter I did. Hold on. Okay, so that's chapter 46 after that sniper. This is chapter 47. Chapter 47, 2-on-2 deathmatch. And what we're on is chapter 48, The Pride of Asakusa. This is the reason why I don't use Roman numerals all the time. Chapter 48, The Pride of Asakusa. How will you take control of this situation? Goes Captain Obi. And then we have Yona.
The tumult. It's wondiferous. More, give me more of your thunderous rage.
Give it a rest, all of you!
Hey, out of my way, stupid!
You want to be pounded into next week, buddy?
Thanks to your power, Yona-sama, no one can trust anyone anymore. Not even the proto-nationalists. Now, even the proto-nationalists will realize that the great sun god is the only one they can believe in. I hear the voices of contention, voices of contempt, lovely voices, high voices, nasally voices. This chaos is art, wondiferous art created by none other than myself.
Then Yona notices the tower exploding.
What? Ah, look over there!
The watchtower. That's insane,
goes Obi and Hinawa. And then the watchtower flies in the air. It just flies in the air. And Benimaru is at the top of it.
Benny!
It's Ben-chan!
Benimaru!
And then Benimaru screams out loud,
Can you hear me, Asakusa?
Huh? Yeah!
Our town is under attack from outside forces. They've disguised themselves to look like us, to trick us.
What? Disguised?
There's no way to tell who the imposters are. There's nothing we can do to stop them. And I don't give a darn about any of that.
Yeah, Benny, that's right. You tell him. So what? You got some kind of plan?
Just like that, the tensions are all gone. Talk about a voice of authority. Goes, Obi and, Hinawa.
Waka!
Captain Shinmon, what are your orders? And everyone stands at attention. And as Benimaru is airborne, he smiles.
Everybody, start punching! Real, fake, doesn't matter. Just duke it out. A real Asakusan wouldn't lose to an imposter. Don't worry, Company 7 will see to the fires and the infernals. You just punch each other's lights out.
And then there's an explosion. There's an explosion of fireworks that goes in the air, and it's like fireworks go off.
It's a festival! A festival! A fighting festival!
And then every single citizen in Asakusa just starts beating each other up. And then one of the henchmen of Yona is looking on, with Yona going,
What in the...
How barbaric. This is not art.
What?
As it shows a citizen with a big old cheesy grin, smiling, and then he punches this dude. He punches one of the guys, and his face starts to change. His face!
Benny was telling the truth! Beat the crap out of everybody but yourself!
And that's when the whole fighting goes on. Company 7's opponent is a fire. Put it out!
Yes, sir!
You look happy, Lieutenant Conro. You better believe I'm happy. Darn, it's about time. And then there's an explosion in the distance that Benimaru sees. And Benimaru sees the Horned Infernal.
That's the Demon Infernal. The kind that gave Conro his temphrosis. Looks like I found my sparring partner.
And then the Horned Infernal lands right next to Shinra and Arthur.
What is that infernal? That is not normal.
He's just like
And then Shinra's having a flashback.
the one at the fire 12 years ago.
And then the Infernal runs straight towards them.
Hey, Shinra! Pull yourself together, he's coming!
As the Infernal grabs onto Arthur and shoves him with such great force that they both go through a building.
He's so strong!
And then Shinra is glancing down. As Shinra's looking down at his own legs. And Shinra's legs have turned into like these weird skeletal structures that are on fire. And then Shinra's just grinning and he's just screaming out, "Ah!" And then Archer is looking at Shinra, and she pulls up her hood and she goes,
That's an Adola link, isn't it? It's true. You don't belong with them. What? Devil, your flames are meant to destroy souls. Huh?
Hey, slow-witted devil!
as Arthur goes sailing into a building right next to him. And the Horned Infernal, the Demon Infernal, is right there.
Hey, Shinra, quit leafing around already. I could use some help.
Correct words for Arthur would be loafing around. He is not smart.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, a giant careening ball of fire goes and hits the Infernal directly in the face. And it's Benimaru saying,
I'll be your sparring partner.
As he's flying in on some Matoi. And that's the end of Chapter 48. Onwards to Chapter 49! Fighting Festival! And the Horned Infernal is standing there, as the fire doesn't really do anything to it. And then it starts to create this gigantic ball of flame and blasts it towards Shinra and Arthur, who both get blown back. And then the Infernal looks like it's about to hit Shinra, and it does, and it hits him right in the side.
I need to jump back or he could snap me in two.
As Shinra is taking this opportunity to try and jump back to mitigate the blow, but it sends him flying far backwards. And then Arthur comes rushing in and he tries to cut off the horns of this infernal, but it doesn't do anything.
I can't cut him.
And then he immediately gets hit by this infernal as well. He gets slashed by it across his chest. But before anything more can happen to Arthur, a couple of flaming Matoi come flying in right in front of it.
Hey, your opponent is me.
Arthur's sword didn't even scratch him. What's the deal?
Hey, Company 7 Captain, that's no ordinary infernal.
A horned infernal appeared in Asakusa 2 years ago. That's how Kanuro got his Tephrosis. Stay out of this. This is my fight.
I will honor the code of chivalry and stand witness to your duel.
Says the guy who demanded my help against the demon. Oh yeah, I have something I need to ask. Where's that archer?
And Archer is gone.
Gone? My flames are meant to destroy souls?
And then it cuts to Tamaki and Maki.
Hikage-chan! Hikage! Hika! I think she's over there. Okay, let's check.
And then as two individuals run outside of a house that suddenly flames up, we get there's two people going, "But I gave you the treats we promised! She's too much for us!"
You said you'd give me treats if I gave you my kimono, and you think this is enough to cover it? Piece of trash. After I kept it a secret from Hina and everything. She isn't gonna like this.
And we have the real Hika, who comes in as she's created for herself her own little kimono made of fire. And then we have Hinata going,
Hika! Hina! The piece of trash that changed into you is freaking disgusting. Let's beat the crap out of all of them. So they are the bad guys.
As both Hina and Hika have this devious smile on their faces, they go, and then the two dudes who look like they work for the evangelist as well, because they were there with Hika, they go, uh-oh! And then both Hina and Hika engulf their entire bodies in flame, and they almost look like firefoxes.
Ah! Hot! Hot, 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 hot! Hey, stop! Ah!
As both Maki, as Maki and Tamaki just look on. And then as we see everyone fighting, everyone's beating each other up.
You must be an imposter! Nah, I bet you're the imposter.
I could swear some of the real ones are getting beat up by the fakes.
You think we should help? You think we should fight each other too?
Please don't.
Woohoo! He's tough! Too tough! Ah!
Ben-chan, see how strong I am? Don't you think it's time you let me in Company 7? And it's the same dude that really wants his house to be destroyed just so he can live and sleep in the same place as Benimaru. The same individual that Benimaru says reinforce his house so that he never gets put over to Company 7's place at all. But he's also, this weird dude is also a strongman, and he's all like, he seems incredibly thirsty for Benimaru. Then we cut back to Benimaru as he's fighting this infernal.
A chill just ran down my spine, and it wasn't cause of him.
And as this is going on, this infernal tries to hit Benimaru. Benimaru then just casually grabs him and flips him over. So you see, the thing is, this infernal was incredibly strong to force back Arthur and Shinra. Yet Benimaru doesn't lose any ground whenever he's handling this infernal. Just shows you that he's pretty much the Captain Levi of the Fire Force. But Benimaru just casually flips him over. This infernal gets up and tries to blast him, and Benimaru just easily dissipates it. And then, as the flames are still around him, he manipulates them to make them blast this infernal. It's like full-on recoil. He just rebounded this entire fire blast right back at it. Then we get Arthur, who's looking on.
He's taking whatever the demon throws at him and throwing it back. This oughta...
As he goes to jab straight through the infernal, Benimaru's fingers sting as they kind of bounce off of this infernal skin.
That hurt. You're a tough nut to crack.
If my Excalibur can't cut him, what makes you think you can beat him with a karate chop, stupid? And then, this is Arthur saying this to Benimaru. You know, the person that they couldn't... Benimaru, the strong dude, The strongest dude here? This is Arthur. You know he has no respect of person.
2 years ago, Conro blew a giant hole in the ground. Does that mean I'll need just as much firepower? Am I avenging Conro? So I'll take care of you. I am avenging Conro. So I'll take care of you the same way he did.
Then we have someone up on a ladder going, Infernal 2 at 9 o'clock! It's 100 ken away at the intersection! A unit of measure a little shorter than 2 meters. Yes, sir! And, oh wait, this is Conro.
Infernal at 2 o'clock. It's 100 ken away at the intersection.
Yes, sir!
And Benny is fighting the demon over that way. Eh? You gotta hit those demons pretty hard if you want to have any effect. But I'm sure I don't need to worry about him.
Then it cuts to Benimaru, who grabs a Matoi, and he holds on to it.
I can't just blow the whole town to smithereens.
As he blasts forward on this Matoi, and he blasts forward on this Matoi, and it jabs straight into this Infernal as it's going, Peeky! And then he flies straight into the air.
You're coming with me. We need a little more space.
Darn it! Where did that archer go? What is this all about? A Dola burst? A Dola link? My flames are meant to destroy souls? You gotta be kidding me!
And this is Shinra still trying to search for the archer member of the Evangelists. What is that? It's the captain!
In the sky, only Benny could pull a stunt like that.
And then there's a glint in the air as Conro sees a glint in the air, and it's the archer.
No, not Benny!
I don't think so! And then as Conro tries to use fire, his heart pumps, and he starts coughing, and he falls off the ladder onto the ground. Lieutenant Conro! And Conro is already starting to feel the effects of this. And then as Conro is struggling to get up, he notices the fire arrow making its way towards Benimaru as he's shooting up into the sky. And then Archer goes,
I don't care how powerful he is. One direct hit will end him.
And as this arrow gets closer, this chapter ends with the arrow getting closer to Benimaru. And that's the end of chapter 49. So that's the end of chapter 49. Now we start with chapter 50. Yep, because L in Roman numerals is 50. We start on chapter 50, and the arrow gets closer and closer to Benimaru, as Conro is holding out his arm going,
Benny, I can't move. Somebody, help Benny.
And then he thinks back to what Shinra said.
Lieutenant Conro, use me before you put your life on the line again. I want to help.
Benny.
Shinra! Chapter 50, From Whom the Flame Burns.
What the? It's happening again. My feet are...
Thanks. I appreciate that you feel that way. I'll take you up on that until you find what really means the world to you.
Lieutenant Conro?
And then Shinra looks up, and he notices the fire arrow.
That arrow is heading for Captain Shinron! Doesn't he see it?
As Shinra completely bursts at high speeds.
Oh, no, you don't!
He's mine,
goes Archer. As Shinra flies faster and faster and faster towards the arrow.
Come on! Come on!
The devil's footprints?
As Archer pulls up her hood again to look at Shinra. As Shinra starts moving at such a speed that his whole face is, rippling from the G's. And he starts flying faster than the arrow.
Such speed. He caught up to my arrow. But no matter. It's still not possible to stop it.
And then as Shinra gets there, he flies in front of the arrow, and he prepares to kick it, with Conro looking on. Shinra! And then he puts his foot on the arrow immediately while he's trying to stop it. And there's just a struggle between the arrow and Shinra.
Darn it! It won't budge! The will of your flame isn't enough to deflect my arrow.
And then it starts burning Shinra, because it's actually of a higher density.
Ah!
And then he's thinking back to what Archer said.
It's true. You don't belong with them. Devil, your flames are meant to destroy souls. You gotta be kidding me. My flames are meant to protect people!
As Shinra says this with this very toothy grin. And Arthur's watching on, going,
Shinra. Please, goes Conroe.
What's that?
Goes a child who's there with Captain Obi.
You hold the same Adola burst as the commander, yet you would become a tool of the unwashed masses? Join us. Become a devil. Burn this planet to ash. My flames are gonna make me a hero. I'm going to protect everyone, and I'm going to prove it. I'm kicking off course no matter what, man!
As Shinra manages to kick the arrow off course completely, much to the surprise of Archer.
What?
He did it. And as Shinra is riding himself, he still floats in the air as he screams,
Captain Shinmon!
I'll take it from here. I think we're high enough.
As Benimaru is still airborne with this Infernal, and he allows one of the Matois to take him out further. And he's holding on to the Matoi as he's taking him out further, and then dozens of other Matoi fly past Shinra as they are making their way towards Benimaru. And then he jumps off as he allows, he doesn't jump off, but he sends the Infernal higher into the air as the other Matois then embed themselves onto it. And after that, Benimaru flies up right behind this, right in front of the Infernal, going,
Yai Chop Form 7.
And he hits the Infernal directly in the chest with
Nichirin! Sun Wheel!
Do we know the Archer's name yet, or has it not been revealed in the story yet? It has not. Because if I go back to the beginning and go to the characters shown in the summary, it doesn't even designate them by the name yet. So the name hasn't been revealed for this Archer yet. They're just called the White Hoods. And we just got the name Archer a couple of chapters ago. Because the Horned Infernal, his name was Haran. But Archer is the only name that's come up for this woman thus far. But Benimaru hits this Infernal with
Nichirin! Sun Wheel!
And as this Infernal is reeling from this attack, Benimaru goes,
Not enough, eh? Guess I'll need Conroe's level firepower after all.
Get him, Captain!
Save Asakusa!
Go! Benny! I don't know about any evangelists or white costumes, but Asakusa is my town. I'm not gonna let anybody walk around like they own the place. I'm not gonna let anybody else walk around like they own the place.
That's right, Benny. This is your town.
I'm using your move, Conroe. I hope you don't mind.
And then he hits this, the Infernal in the chest with enough force to literally blow. There's a massive flash, and he blows the Infernal apart, just completely evaporates his body with just a single hit. And then Conroe is on the ground watching this flash, going,
Those flames. Akatsuki. Crimson Sun.
And that is the move that apparently Conroe used in order to eradicate the Horn Infernal from 2 years ago. Benimaru used Akatsuki and completely eradicated this Infernal. Though with Benimaru's level of firepower, it probably would have devastated the entire town had he stayed near the ground. But there's just a massive shockwave that sweeps through the air as everyone is just like putting their hands up to shield themselves from the upkicked dust and wind.
A red moon? Is that Benny?
That explosion was caused by one person? That's some firepower.
No wonder everyone says he's the toughest on the force. Then we get Yona standing there with Archer.
Those flames, I might be inclined to call them art. It vexes me, makes me so grudge-jealous.
Yona, time to withdraw. We report to the commander. We've confirmed that a second demon can be born in the same spot. This is a valuable discovery. Haran, your sacrifice will not be in vain.
And then we have Shinra still floating in the air as he's looking at Captain Shinmon.
Whoa.
As it shows Benimaru falling through the air.
Catch me.
Just
I've used too many fireworks. Now I'm overheating.
And then we have the strongman going, "See, Ben-chan, I destroyed them all. My love for you is for real. My love for you is real."
He's scary.
As the strongman who really likes Benimaru is, still trying to get his attention.
Whatever you do, don't put me down there.
Yeah, don't put him down where the dude that is too attached to him is. Lieutenant Conro, we put out all the fires in town, and the Infernals have all been put to rest.
Good work. We'll have to thank Company 8, too. Especially Shinra.
How about here, sir?
As Shinra lands in a distance while the big, gorilla-looking strongman who really likes Benimaru starts running up behind him. And that's the end of Chapter 50. Onwards to Chapter 51, Wine Cups. And more reconstruction begins again as we cut to the morning where Company 7 is fixing all the houses that were, messed up, jacked up, and destroyed during this whole ordeal.
After all the damage last night, I'm surprised the town is already back in such good shape.
The town wouldn't love their destroyer so much if all he ever did was destroy. And then we have Maki and Hinawa.
Captain! That company from the report, the one involved with the evangelists.
We just checked it out,
goes Hinawa. What did you find?
The whole building had burned down. They must have taken advantage of all the chaos to get rid of the evidence.
So they're on to us. They're a perceptive group. And this time, the fallout affected the whole town. Did they do this because they suspected the Fire Force was after them? As long as they don't resort to anything more drastic. And then we cut back to the headquarters of the Evangelists, apparently.
Light up the lost souls. Scorch the earth. Turn this planet to a flaming sun. A throne of God. Continue in the Evangelist's revealed path. Latom. Haran has returned to the flame a martyr.
But a new demon was born in that spot, and then we have Sho here just chilling.
We confirmed an Adola link between the demon and the Company 8's rookie's Adola burst. An Adola link, the Evangelist's greatest desire. It would be wasted on the Fire Force. It might also link to... Next time, I'll go with you,
Sho says as he brandishes his sword, which has like feathery flames come out of it. And then we cut back to the barracks of Company 7.
Going back to Company 8, thanks for all your help.
That's all right. It's possible we started all this by coming here.
Maybe so, but we still had the Evangelist's cronies lurking in our streets. It could be they're the ones who were causing all the spontaneous human combustion we've been dealing with. And now we've stopped it, and now we managed to stop it. Conro, bring it here.
Yes, sir. Bring what? Goes Captain Obi.
I don't like the Empire's Fire Force toadies. Empire's is Fire Force toadies, but I like Company 8.
And then we get a bottle of sake with 2 sake cups. If you've been well versed in anything Japanese culture related or anime related, you know that when a person brings some sake cups, it means that something very important is about to happen.
Alcohol?
Goes Shinra.
Sake. We exchanged sake cups as proof of our mutual friendship. It's an old Japanese brotherhood ceremony. You don't like sake?
I love it, goes Obi. And both Benimaru and Captain Obi share cups. They are now officially bros. So this means Company 7 and 8 are friends now.
Count on it,
goes Conro. And then everyone starts marching up towards the barracks. Hey, come on, what are you guys doing? Here? We heard Ben-chan was drinking. We want in.
Pipe down.
And then Benimaru genuinely smiles.
What? That's the friendliest smile I've ever seen!
goes Tamaki.
I'll never get tired of seeing Benny's face like that.
Huh? What's the big idea? Laughing at a guy's face? We're having an important discussion here. Get your behinds out of my guardhouse.
We can't take you seriously with that smile. The destroyer of Asakusa is now the delighter of Asakusa? Then we have Shinra.
What is wrong with his face? Maybe he's just that happy to be friends.
Get a little alcohol in Benny and he can't stop smiling.
Yeah, but still.
And Shinra's laughing too.
What are you laughing at, you punk kid? Drink up!
Drink up! A toast to the delighter's smile!
Who are you calling a delight?
And then we have another person giving a drink to Hinawa going, have a drink before you go, Company 8. I would love to, but we're still on duty and I have to drive. We'll come to visit again soon. We'll come visit again sometime.
You do that. We'll be waiting.
Shinra, goes Konro to Shinra. Thanks for helping Benny when you did. How did you hear me? You must have good ears to have heard that from over all the fighting, and I wasn't exactly nearby.
It's a hero's job to come running. Anytime, any place. When it happened, I did think I heard something. My feet were tingling. It was a lot like what I felt then.
And he thinks back to when he looked at his body, when he and Arthur were fighting Archer and Haran. He thinks back to when his legs turned into like fiery skeletons.
Your flames are meant to destroy souls. You gotta be kidding me. A Dola Burst, a Dola Link. Maybe Captain Habana knows more about them.
Then we get Benimaru again.
Obiyaki Taru, right? Thanks for all your help. Call us if you ever need anything.
I will. We've exchanged the cups of brotherhood, right? So let's always be there for each other. That smile is really throwing me off. And they're both smiling at each other, but you know, Obi is kind of unsettled by it.
I can hardly believe they were so hostile when we first got here. It's like they're almost too friendly now.
Then we have Hinata and Hika. We have Hina and Hita.
If you don't have treats the next time we see you, we're kicking you out! And they better not be stupid treats either!
As they wave goodbye to Company 8, along with Kanro and Benimaru, as Company 8 returns back to their cathedral. And then as they get there, we have Obi. What started as a simple investigation ended as a massive riot.
And we found practically no new information. But we did manage to form an alliance with Company 8. And that's more than people and...
Oh wait, this is still Captain Obi. The angle made me think it was Shinra, sorry. But we did manage to form an alliance with Company 7. That's more people on Company 8's side, just like Lieutenant Karim and Captain Ibana. It would be nice if what we're doing would unify the Fire Force. And as they enter the building, Obi calls for Sister Iris. Sister Iris, we're home.
Captain! Captain.
What's the matter? You're awfully agitated.
Did anyone say anything to you about a new soldier? Nason's talking to him now.
A new soldier? No, it's news to me.
Even if they do need personnel, it just doesn't make sense that you're here so soon. First of all, why would someone from Haijima be assigned to Company 8?
I understand your concern, but... What's going on here, Captain Ibana? Is that our new recruit you're talking to?
Obi, finally! What took you so long? Haijima knows you need a scientist team, and they're using it as an excuse to force their own man on you. They're plotting something.
Force? After the Evangelist incident, every company is under imperial order to step up their scientific investigations. It's true we were looking for a scientist, but thanks to Captain Ibana, we've been managing just fine. But you can't impose on another company's captain forever, can you? That's why Haijima sent me. I am Special Fire Force Company 8's new scientist. The name's Victor Licht. And we get the name of the dude that we've seen so many times at the rookie training games, in his own lab room talking to Joker. Victor Licht, everyone! He's finally shown his face. Was I wrong in saying that there was like a chapter, I was going to be done at chapter 52? it shows you that I'm horrible at reading Roman numerals. This was the last chapter. This was the last chapter. I feel like this may not be the last time I mistake another chapter happening for the last chapter of the volume. I feel like that's not going to go away. I'm horrible with certain Roman numerals. That's the reason why I can't tell you what Super Bowl we're on right now. If you were to show me the Roman numerals for the next Super Bowl, I wouldn't be able to instantly know what it is because my Roman numerals is bad. Like my memorization of Roman numerals is bad. But I am Special Fire Force Company 8's new scientist. The name's Victor Licht. But yeah, Victor has shown up to be continued in Volume 7. And we got a very short translation note here. Yeah, I'll be able to get done in a decent amount of time. And I believe, hold on, let me check. Let me refresh this page. And the new chapter of One Punch Man is already out, so I can start it right after I'm done here. Perfect! Translation notes. Is there a fox going around? Page 48. In Japanese folklore, it is believed that foxes are not only cunning and sly, but have shape-shifting powers. In the legends, they will transform into a human, possibly a friend or acquaintance of their victim, to deceive people and cause mischief, leading to the saying, as if tricked by a fox. While it is unclear whether or not Captain Shinmon believes in actual transforming foxes, with all the accusations flying around, it is a reasonable idiom for him to think of. Fighting Festival, page 118. In this case, a fighting festival is exactly what it sounds like. A big party where everyone beats each other up. The reader may also be interested to know that there are, in fact, fighting festivals in Japan, but not of this variety. A common festival of a Japanese festival is a carrying of the mikoshi, a portable shrine for transporting a deity. At a kenta matsuri, or fighting festival, there are multiple mikoshi, and those carrying them will smash them into each other as if the gods inside are fighting. This contest is considered to be pleasing to the gods. And then Grudgeless, page 170. The reader may have noticed that Yona tends to use some odd words. This one is a combination of grudge and jealous, based on the original Japanese jerashito, which combines the English word jealousy with the Japanese word for the term shito. It may or may not have been inspired by a character from the Super Sentai Japanese Power Rangers series Kaizoku Sentai Gokaiga. Yeah. Kaizoku Sentai Gokaiga. Pirate Rangers Gokaiga. And that's it for all the things that are Volume 6 related. Join me tomorrow as we continue with Volume 7 of Fire Force. But I need to go ahead and get everything ready for One Punch Man, and then I get to rest, eat some food, because later on today we will have the 2023 Video Game Awards. All I can say to everyone right here, right now is, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, subscribe, even become a member, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples.